Websites like FanDuel are designed to make sports betting more accessible. And all you need is your name, social security, and address, and you're one click away from making a bet. West Virginia was the 5th state to legalize sports betting in 2018. Kelly's competitive spirit has been shown all across the field this season as he's played catcher and left field for the Mountaineers. The team has raised 3 consecutive state championship banners, and with a 50-game home winning streak, they're hungry for a 4th. I took a closer look at this top-ranking team focused on continuing to build their legacy. The Vrees has led WVU to defeat 4 ranked opponents so far this season. They took home a vital win against Iowa State during their game honoring Jerry West, and for the first time in program history, defeated basketball powerhouse Gonzaga during a Thanksgiving tournament. Straight ahead on WVU News, I'm Terrell Thompson, and I'll tell you how sports betting apps on your phone affect student athletes at arenas like this one. West was one of the all-time greats in the basketball world. During his time in Morgantown, West led the 1959 men's team to the NCAA championship game and was named that year's Final Four Outstanding Player of the Year. In the last 3 seasons, the Mohegans have won 3 consecutive state championships. But during that run, it was the success on this court that led the program to 50 consecutive wins at home.
Morgan Burton is a former WVU swimmer who says paying for college as a student athlete can be difficult.
Some of us, we don't get scholarships, some of us are walk-ons, we still have to pay rent, we still have to pay for our books, we still have to pay for school, and so people not being able to do that, even though they do want to continue to play the sport at a D1 level, it gets difficult.
Burton is one of hundreds of WVU athletes who are eligible for payments under an October 2024 preliminary legal settlement with the NCAA. That settlement requires schools to pay student athletes who played from 2016 through today a portion of the revenue they made off things like ticket sales, TV deals, and apparel, a total of around $20.5 million per school.
It leaves all athletic departments to their own wits and their own policies regarding, okay, we're going to start revenue sharing.
How they distributed that money was up to each university. In 2024, the Biden administration told schools that they had to split the revenue proportionally between male and female teams. But now the U.S. Department of Education, under President Donald Trump, says Title IX rules don't apply to revenue sharing.
Many college athletic departments plan to send most of the money they generate to football and men's basketball players, while women's sports would see less than 5% of that share.
Under Title IX, the agreement would have also required universities to provide male and female teams equal publicity, down to the number of social media posts about each team. Without those guarantees, Burton worries about the future of women's sports.
They do teach us a lot about Title IX and how far we've come from a sports standpoint, and I don't think NIL shows that.
The new provisions are expected to take effect this summer without the requirement of following Title IX rules. Sports gambling is one of the fastest growing industries in the world, and its potential risks have hit college athletic programs across the country. Dr. Maria Chikasova, who specializes in behavioral neuroscience at WVU, says that sports gambling has become more normalized over the past decade.
Yeah, so in 2018, there was a Supreme Court decision that basically struck down a federal ban on sports betting. And since then, the majority of states have legalized sports betting.
Despite its growing market and accessibility, the potential risk on student athletes have increased.
Websites like FanDuel are designed to make sports betting more accessible. And all you need is your name, social security, and address, and you're one click away from making a bet. West Virginia was the 5th state to legalize sports betting in 2018.
While participating in sports betting can lead to athletes losing their eligibility, it also comes with another threat: online harassment due to performance expectations.
Sports gambling has affected college athletics in ways that we probably didn't even expect it, like athletes, being tormented online for, maybe not making a catch or maybe making too many catches, and it affecting lines and stuff like that.
With 40% of Americans betting on sports in 2024, athletic departments are putting procedures in place to protect their student athletes. Being a true freshman can be quite the challenge for many players coming into a new program. But for WVU's Gavin Kelly, that transition has been a rewarding experience.
Gavin Kelly's been fantastic, really high-end player that we knew in high school was a high-end player. He could have signed a professional contract out of high school if he so chose, but decided to be at West Virginia. Kelly was a standout athlete for Central Catholic High School in Pittsburgh. His senior year, he was the 6A State Player of the Year and tabbed the #1 rated catcher in the state of Pennsylvania.
He is versatile. Just where would he kind of play, get in the lineup, who's coming in, things like that. But I'm not surprised of his ability to handle the pitching and take good approaches at the plate. It's just something that he was always pretty good at doing.
Kelly's versatility has led him to being on the field for almost every game in his debut season. He's even been in a starting lineup more than 15 times.
Kelly's competitive spirit has been shown all across the field this season as he's played catcher and left field for the Mountaineers.
The transition has been an adjustment, but the trust from the coaching staff has allowed Kelly to find confidence in his new role.
It's been a grind for sure, but I've been blessed to have amazing coaches push me and help me transition and be versatile.
In his first season, Kelly is developing into the next young star, and he's looking to help the Mountaineers as they take a deep dive.
In 2022, about 60% of women's collegiate tennis players were international athletes. 4 of WVU's 5 new players on their 2025 roster fit in that category. Many players on DeVry's roster have received recognition for their work on the court this season, but being in the spotlight can also come with risks for these college athletes, especially with the advent of gambling on college sports. In 2024, nearly $14 billion were wagered on sports in the U.S., and now college athletic programs are warning students about the potential harms of sports betting. Morgantown's 2 high schools have a tradition of sending some top athletes on to play collegiate sports as well. 2 of WVU's top tennis players call the city their home. But aside from its 2 Morgantown natives, WVU tennis is made up largely of international players from places like Russia, Spain, and France. Brian McQuillan reports on how head coach Michal Lizats is using that global experience to build a winning culture.